I would say that at the moment, there is considerable stress in the U.S.-China relationship. The real reason for the serious stress is we're seeing a kind of strategic realignment between the two countries. China is playing a different role, and it is looking to be more active internationally. The United States also is acclimating to somewhat of a new role for itself, perhaps not being the sole global superpower that it was used to for many years. So in that sense, the relationship is it's a different kind of scenario than we've seen in the past, and it's creating a fair amount of strain because we do see a lot of mistrust of the other side, both in Beijing and in Washington. To some degree, the two publics in each country are not as convinced of the value of good relations as they have seen in the past. So this will take time to work out, and hopefully, with good leadership in the two capitals, we can get to a point where we can have more cooperation than competition.
Economic ties are considered to be the ballast of the China-U.S. relations. When the bilateral relationship runs into trouble, it usually serves as a stabilizer, preventing it from sliding into greater conflict. Does that ballast still work?
I would say that yes, the economic relationship is still a moderating element in U.S.-China relations. Maybe not to the same degree as before, but it still does play a stabilizing force. For U.S. companies that are here in this market, they still continue to invest here. Their commitment to the China market is still strong. They think long-term, which means that they want to be here for many years to come, which means that the business community will be a factor in Washington and hopefully in Beijing as well to try to smooth out some of the rough patches in the bilateral relationship. So that would be a general statement, but it's also true the economic relationship itself is a source of tension. And we see now in the discussions between the United States and China on trade relations that this is a point of considerable friction. And I believe that actually in the future that it could return to playing a much more of a role as a ballast, but there are ways that we have to put more air back into the ballast. And this is what the negotiation between the two governments is about.